Yo. I think I was in high school. I was in high school. I was like, I would say probably, let's see, it was either I was a junior or, I was probably a junior or a senior. And I was just sleeping in class. It was like study hall time. I had my headphones on. I think this girl, she was like, I like that song you was listening to. I didn't even know what it was. I listened back to it. It was not bad. It was SZA the weekend. I think she said she didn't care that his regular girl had him. She just wanted him on the weekend. Like she said, I don't mind sharing you. I say that because he said how R&B music is there and it's moved into the side chick phase of music. It really feels like that nowadays. Outside of that love songs by I think it was Cash Page, where she was like, it was very love song esque. Besides that, everything else feels like it. Cardi B, um, to a certain extent, Doja Cat. We ain't even gotta say Ice Spice. You already know. That the whole energy feels like side chick, or at least it used to. I think she done fell off now, so people don't really talk about her. See who else? It was somebody. Oh, Sexy Red. Um, I say, ooh, baby.
R&B is one of my favorite genres in music. Number 2 to be exact, right behind rap. The love and passion behind it, the extravagance of it all. The voices being expressed in ways that you just don't get in any other genre. Whether the song be about love, heartbreak, or just personal problems. You don't get it expressed the same way in any other genre, like R&B. But honestly, nowadays I really can't say any of that still applies. The star power, the finesse, the aesthetic of it all. It's like what happened? What happened to modern R&B, man? Well, hopefully with this video, we can answer that question because I have a few theories of my own. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Because the inclusion of the song, I think, is also its biggest kryptonite within the video. Because I'm like, damn, you can't replicate this moment at all. You can't. I love what they did by sampling the song and doing their own version, but it's like the OG is the OG and nothing comes close.
When I say modern day R&B artists don't have any range, excuse my voice, got a little cold, but when I say that, what I'm basically getting at is a lot of the modern day singers, their voices are in the same ballpark, ranging from decent to good, but nobody really great, nobody fantastic. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to say that. I would love to say that we have that, but it would be a lie. I would love to say that our modern day R&B artists could compete with the best of them, but they can't. When we talk about the best R&B singers of all time, there's a reason why nobody of modern day gets brought up. And it's not because it's too soon. It's not because they too recent. It's because they don't got it like that. I mean, just name me any top R&B artist of now that's competed with the top R&B artist from 15 years ago, let alone the Whitney, Mariah Carey era. And that's the thing. You can't. The only people who are competing in that range nowadays were already singing 15 years ago. Listen, I'm not saying that everybody out here need to be singing like that. You know what I'm saying? We can have our whisper singers, we can have our raspy singers, we can have our mid-range singers, and we can have our singers that can blow pipes like crazy. We can have all of that, but the issue is we only have about 2 of those, the whisper singers and the mid-range singers. The other categories are gone. And while we on their voices, another issue I have on these modern day R&B artists is I feel like y'all rely too much on post-production. Like if your voice ain't meeting a certain requirement, it's like, why even try? The engineer is gonna pick it up, the producer is gonna hide. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna put a kick right there, scenario there. It's like you wouldn't even notice. The thing is, when you get on stage, we notice. But even that could get masked, as most R&B artists, you know what, not even R&B, just artists in general, across the board. Most artists got auto-tune equipped on their microphone when they go live. And to me, that's like That is insane. Everybody does it now. Even somebody like Chris Brown, who, like, you've been in the game for 20 years. We know he can sing. Why you got autotune on? Too many artists rely on post-production to make them sound good or to make their songs catchy. It's like, this is supposed to be a you thing, not a I'm gonna do what I can and y'all just fix it up later type of thing. Like, what are we doing? But can I really blame these modern artists? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's these record labels that's just snatching them off YouTube, snatching them off Instagram, snatching them off TikTok, and just throwing them in a booth, throwing them in front of a crowd and just hoping for the best. Back in the day, if you didn't have any background, if you ain't had no training, if you ain't have no vocal training or nothing, you wasn't getting thrown in front of a crowd. You wasn't hopping inside of the booth. They was gonna make sure your voice could do what it needed to do before you was doing anything. And over time, we lost that.
All of a sudden, being vulnerable is lame. Okay, I mean, I disagree. I feel like that vulnerability is one of the things that made R&B great, so I'm trying to get back to that, you know.
Now this is the main reason why I wanted to make this video. Because why is everybody so ratchet now, man? Like, why is everybody so freaky? And then being freaky, y'all are so explicit with your language with it. Like, goodness gracious, why is modern R&B to the point where y'all can get more explicit than the rappers do? Like, what are we doing? I don't want to hear this in my ears, man. And on top of the freakiness, we have so little love in R&B nowadays. Most of the time, I'm hearing somebody talk, I'm hearing SZA talk, I'm hearing Summer Walker talk. We talking about being side chicks, we talking about sneaking around, Brent Fayez, that's all his catalog is about. We talking about situationships. It's like, where's the love at, man? What happened to them songs where dudes got on their knees begging for their girl to come back? Those songs where people just sung about how big of a crush they had on somebody. Butterflies in their stomach and all. Those songs where the male and female would go back and forth in descriptive ways, just telling each other how much they loved each other. And listen, before anybody feel the need to bring it up, I understand, this is not a black and white issue. 1000%, there were freaky songs going on back in the day. There was songs about infidelity, wilding out, doing the most. I was there for Pretty Ricky. I was there for this song. I was there for Jeremiah, and even the stuff I wasn't there for, with TLC with Creep, Escape with My Little Secret. So trust me, I get it. Like, this stuff ain't new. Toxicity is not new. They had R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? That should be enough. The thing about it is, and the thing that makes it an issue nowadays is, back then, those songs were the exception, not the rule. Strong relationships were still the core of R&B. And now you fast forward to present day, and the whole thing has flipped on its head. The infidelity and the weird situationships are now the rule, and the love is the exception. R&B is way more disrespectful now. You hear the B word and N word just as much as you would hear it in a rap song. People ain't talking about making love no more. They're talking about just straight getting to it. And like I said, being very descriptive in how they're getting to it. Ain't no more subtlety with that stuff no more. When you was a kid hearing a song about making love, you ain't know what that was. These kids in modern day, they in for a rude awakening. Don't put none of that bullcrap on for them. Over the time, we've lost subtlety, we've lost love, we've lost understanding. Everybody just on a mission to get their get back, cracking down whoever, whenever, in a competition of who cares the least in a relationship. Now, as much as I would like to tell these R&B singers to do better, sadly, this is a reflection of the dating scene, of how relationships look nowadays. It's a sad thing that's going on nowadays, and R&B reflects that. Now, this is not the only reason why I feel like R&B is the way it is nowadays, because there's one last theory I have that I feel like really explains a lot.
And then also subject-wise, it began intertwining with hip-hop, right? R&B started to adopt more of this like braggadocious, kind of objectifying, like sex.
Say that rap has had an influence in R&B would be an understatement. Nowadays, these two genres are so intertwined, you can't name one without the other. And when it comes to today's topic, I fear that influence has become very negative. Listen, as much as I would hate to admit it, rap is not necessarily known for being the most respectful, caring, and understanding genre. In fact, it's known for quite the opposite, being very disrespectful towards women, black women to be specific. Now, why that is, it's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But right now, we're talking about its influence on R&B. Right now, we have a room full of R&B artists who grew up on hip-hop like this, Singers who idolized the rappers who spoke like this and then started reflecting it in their own music, thinking to make them sound cool, to be emotionless, uncaring, disrespectful. Not only are they talking like their idols, but they're also dressing like them. Because why is there somebody who's supposed to be an R&B singer with a shiesty mask on and a wife beater flashing money in the camera?
It's a black
That don't make no sense. And it's funny how they say that dudes are way more emotional nowadays. And in other areas that might be true, but when it comes to R&B, no, not at all. I say these dudes became way more hard-headed than they was back in the day, because back then, male R&B singers, they let you feel what they was feeling when they was singing what they was singing. If they was singing about a heartbreak, they let you feel that. When they was singing about love, they let you feel that. They was on the mic screaming, in the music video doing the most. Nowadays, these dudes too cool to be doing any of that. They gotta upkeep that image of being weird and mysterious, being too cool to care like their favorite rappers. And look, this is not me dunking on hip-hop, because like I said, this is my favorite genre. But we gotta acknowledge the bullcrap that goes on. And this is part of it. What in the world are you flashing money in an R&B song? I don't understand. At the end of the day, man, we gotta expect more from these singers. That's really the issue. And nobody's expecting the singer to actually sing, so we get a bunch of half-baked singers who just put auto-tune over everything. We get singers who feel like they can just put in the least amount of effort into their lyrics and their music, and that just be what it be. Y'all gonna eat it up anyway. No, man, I expect more from y'all. I expect more than just the bare minimum. Do something else. Try again. Actually practice your craft, because I'm sick of this half-baked R&B that we get in nowadays. This is not it. Now, not everybody is half-baking what they do and what they put out. So I'm not gonna just leave this on a negative note. We're gonna talk about some R&B artists who actually doing something. Shout out to Money Long. I really rocked with her album last year, and I really rocked with the whole Made For Me thing. You know what I'm saying? That blowing up, that was true R&B at its core. I respect it. I mess with it. Y'all go check out her album if I haven't, man, because a lot of people haven't checked out that album. Shout out Cleo Soul. That woman not only sing, but she sing with purpose. I've personally been bumping her song Fear When You Fly for a good minute now. Shout out Tiffany Evans. Yes, Promise Ring, Tiffany Evans. This woman been singing better than 90% of her peers since the age of 16. And she's still doing it. She just dropped a single called Would You? Go check it out, because that's real vocals. Yeah, shout out 320. Bring back that neo soul vibe. Bring back real vocals. Their song Let Me Grow has been in my rotation for a little minute. I'll be floating. It's a hit. Madison Ryan Ward. Although she's a Christian R&B singer, she's still an R&B singer. Her voice is so soothing and rich. It feels like listening to heaven. No pun intended, man. I recommend y'all go listen to her album, A New Thing. A little bloated, but overall great album. I wish I had more for y'all, but right now, that's all I got. Y'all go ahead, recommend some more great R&B singers in the comments. And yeah.